Wow, wow. Hello, guys. Oh, my. So, yeah. Well, anyway. Yeah. Well, yeah. This is what I've been using for, so I got it in Friday. So I took a Friday and Saturday and Sunday and today. And I just been peeing and using the potty. And wow, I had a lot of, I think I'm done. It's like, oh boy. Yeah. Oh, so no more for a while. Oh, it's just too much. Yeah, I'm waiting for people to come on, but I gotta go share the manual with. This is what I do. I go on here. I look under my own channel. And then I go and okay, there, let's view channel. Okay, I gotta share. It's what on next view post to share. This one's a little more. So anyway, I've been using this Milk Thistle, and I've been peeing, yeah, peeing and peeing. It's just a non-stop pee fest. I'm just kid you not. I'm tired. Whew. So I'm gonna go take a shower after this is done and go to bed. I'm tired of peeing. Also, I'm tired of going on TikTok and really, um, and every day I'm like tattled on. I'm serious. Stupid shit. So I'm seeing how many people are gonna come on here. Oh, I'm so tired. Yeah, so my boyfriend calls at 12 o'clock. That means I would have had to get my stuff ready. That would take about a half an hour. So I wouldn't have gotten there until like 2:30, and I would have had to leave at 4. Yeah, it would have been a good thing. So I was like, no, it's too late. By the time I get there, I have to turn back around. I'm just too tired to just. I'm beat. Oh, I am really tired. I'm gonna go to bed. I am pooped. I did a lot. I'm just tired, and I cannot believe how much I have peed today. I peed more times than I can count. That milk thistle. This they should call it super pee. Can't pee? Take this. Wow. It's like super pee. Can't pee. Take this. Woo. Huh. Wow. I'm wondering why, wow, I got literally no one. Legend was Jesus. Watch this. Oh, still nobody here. Woo. Well, I'll give it a half an hour if nobody comes in.
John Cena needs.
Yeah, anyway. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm just beat. I'm like sitting there. Well, if no one comes in another, let's see, 15 minutes. So how long? No, it's got to be 6:30, and people haven't really been expecting me to be on until it's 6:30. So I'll wait and give it that. Yeah, I've been taking Milk Thistle. It's been making me pee like a racehorse. I have never peed. I'm serious. You see, it's the it really works. It just makes you pee. You want to spend time on the toilet? Try Milk Thistle. It'll make you pee like you can never pee before. Okay, so I'm being lazy. That Milk Thistle make you like pee like a big racehorse. You all want to just sit there and, drink that, take that Milk Thistle and just sit in the pool and make it yeller. Because good Lord damn, I've never had stuff that just made you pee. Yeah, I'm not taking that for a while. Ooh, until I want to spend some time on the toilet. Until then, that Milk Thistle staying home. I don't give a flying fuck, man. They can say all they want on the thing. It just has everything. No, it's just you pee. So I don't know. See, I wanted to take care of my big fat stomach, and I started taking that Milk Thistle, and nope, he hasn't done nothing in 3 days. They acted like they said in 2 days you see a big no difference. I don't see a big difference in 2 days like they show on the thing. I will not take no more. It did not working. I'm spending more time on the toilet than any other time. I'm going, what the flying fuckaroonies going on? I'm going, Jesus. So Milk Thistle makes you pee like never before. So here it is. Here's a picture of it. Oh, it does work. It just, they should, after 3 days, your stomach will go down significantly. That's what all the other things. And I ordered that. And guess what? Let me give you an L clue. No, my stomach didn't go down. I'm like, well, cool dang. I'm going to have to do sit ups now. Yeah, that's okay. Uh, I have to clean my floor, and I'm just trying to figure out how to get the one to clean the floor that's been filled with shit. Then, of course, my ex is like, hey, you could just. No, I'm not putting a clean rug on top of poop. What happened was when you have your animals defecate in an area that they're going, okay, it's all right. They had a little more fun than what was normally thought of. And I'm going to be honest, I know once I get it wet and stuff, it's going to re-smell everything, and I got to make sure. Yeah, I'm going to get like the shampoo root thing, and I'm going to keep it to myself because apparently my son will take hold of it and I don't see it. So, yep. Well, look like no one's here. Well, I'll give it to him. Well, I'll give it to another 20 minutes or so. Yeah. Well, a long time ago, I had a friend. We all watched each other's kids and stuff. She had a boyfriend. They were going to get married. She was pregnant with his kid. I was so happy for them. Then one day, this other guy came over. I was watching the kids over at her house, getting ready to go, hey, let's go to my house because your house scares the fuck out of me. It was haunted as shit. But anyway, a guy came over and he was asking for her, talking about her baby. And I said, oh, what? You tell me she's pregnant? Oh, yeah. So I got talking with her and I said, she goes, well, she fell in love with one guy. And then at another job she didn't tell him that she was at, she fell in love with him. So she had two guys and one baby. You get the whole thing. It was fun and it was a beginning. It was getting close to that 2000. It was real crazy Y2K and all that. So, yeah, they did a DNA. Oh, boy. Yeah, it wasn't the guy she wanted. It was that one night stand. Whoopsie. Oh, yeah. The guy's wife really didn't like her. Yeah, it wasn't. And I just thought, I said, come on. I remember telling her that. But I don't know what happened. She ended up moving out. I end up losing touchy wutchy. So, hey, how are we doing? Yep. So, I just thought it was like weird. I couldn't think of having a relationship with two guys and going, hey, let's play genetic roulette. Do genetic roulette. And here you're doing this. I've seen this happen a lot. Not in my, thing. So I've known people who've done that multiple times. They've had, another person they've had sex with, and they're telling this guy, yeah, this is your kid, up until she gave birth. And then they were the other guy was there until the DNA results came in one day and when I was at work. And he made a big deal. He said, the DNA results came in, and he's called her all kinds of naughty names. And I'm like, okay, right in front of everybody. Oh, yeah. He was pissed. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, Haley, Hulk Hogan? Yes. Heart attack. I know. Hulk Hogan is dead with a heart attack. Yes. He did. Well, at least he lived a good life. I'm going to be honest with you. He lived a really good life. So, you know, I could say it was pretty well full. And he's been in movies. He's done a lot more than most people half his age. You know, give him that. Oh, yeah. It's the old news, Charlie Kirk. You know what? For the first time, I seen a huge church in Detroit filled. Some of those churches, if you remember, have like a basement and with TVs, and then you got the middle pier, you got with people, and then you got a top pier. It was filled to the till where people were outside. That's how full it was. The basement, the middle, the top tier, it was filled with people. They didn't care if they were black, they were white, they were all there for the not just Kirk, for the whole thing of somebody able to speak how they feel about tyranny or about this, about that, or what you feel that you love in the world. And here it is, they're yeah. Oh no, not Gene Simmons, man, the panty man. In Detroit they had WRIF had this thing they would always play with Gene Simmons going, punches, punches, punches. The way he would say it is hilarious. Look it up on YouTube. um, I wasn't the one who did it. It was my son. Hey, mom, listen to this. And you're going, okay. My son goes and plays it. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm seeing now. And that's what they were saying in Detroit, how so many people were going to church and praying for Kirk because of the fact of it's just the way it was done. It's just, come on. They purposely lacks in everything as far as I'm concerned. Everything was lax on the fact about Kirk and all his crap going on. I was going, dude, I really think that you have to step back if you want to hurt somebody, and to see, and I'm sure of this. I'm sure multiple churches, if not all of Detroit churches, were filled with a whole lot of loving people, and they weren't all white. They were mixed, they were black, they were white, they were Asian, they were all, there were Americans, there were French, there were people around the world. He has awakened people of what some evangelists have a problem doing in their whole lifetime. He had done it and became a voice for the voiceless right now. That's what he did. He gave people who didn't have a voice a voice. He was a great speaker, and I've seen him speak before, and I was, not really paying attention. And how when you're cleaning and you're listening to your podcast and you're doing your stuff, and I turned over and I said, well, you know, uh, wow, that's pretty good. He had a great connection with his wife. There's nothing even coming out about infidelity, which is the first thing that comes out when a guy dies. You hear about all the infidelity and the things going wrong. Nothing. I was like, wow. Now I know I promised to do artwork, and I do not have. Well, my art supplies are mixed in with the crap. Literally, I've been joking with my friends at work, and I have to buy some rug shampoo because the shampoo I bought my ex already used on his ass. I don't know. So I got to buy some new rug shampoo, and I got to wait for payday. So I'll just go through the stuff and deal with that because, yeah, it's all fun. Yeah, I got my special gloves. I really do. I have some plastic gloves here I use to pick up certain things. It's just, it takes a lot to want to get, I spent the day taking care of an errand. So yeah, I like Ozzy Osbourne. And you know what? I'm gonna really say this. I think he was like ready. He was ready to go home. He was yeah. Sharon really misses him. You know it. It's probably really hard for her to go to bed because even if for a lot of couples when they get older they don't sleep together like they used to, they got all kinds of bodily functions they sometimes don't want to share with people, so they sleep alone. And sometimes it used to be twin beds, now it's just like a whole separate room. You got your son or daughter leaving and you're like, hey, I'll take the other room, and suddenly your significant other is sleeping in the other room and you're having a better sleep and you guys get together and it's more of a vacation when you play patty cake. But that's what some people do, and yeah, I couldn't do that. But I could see some people who could. Wow, Ricky at 46? Whoa. Yeah, there's been some young ones and a lot of heart attacks. It's like you're wondering, geez. Should see my other vape one. See it? It's magic. Watch this. As this thing. Oh, where is it? Oh, it's right here. It has like a Bitcoin thing, and it's all pretty cool. Anyway, yeah. That's what got me. I thought that was a misprint. I'm like, no. Huh. Odd. It seems like a lot of people who were on that show, like years and years later, like the kids, seeming like they did not have the good end of the deal. You know, I really feel, yeah, that's young too. Oh, Gene Hackman was fun old. Are you kidding me? I love the man. Great actor. Was in a lot of the Superman movies. Gene Hackman. I'm gonna be honest. The role that is being played right now as Superman is the closest I've seen to the comic book. And yes, I have read the comic book. And the comic book, the way they have it now, is the closest thing. Gene Hackman was, I guess you can say, a good pretend character that he played there, but it's not how the comic book portrayed him at all, how I felt. It just didn't. So, this new one, wow. The guy who's portraying what Gene Hackman, he's younger and really got he really plays the part well, which is hard for that part. It really is. And I commend that new Superman. I'm like, wow. It is really, they have the super dog, which I think is fucking cool because that's how the original Superman is. He had his sidekick, the badass dog who never listened. Yep. And they show it just exactly as that. The dog doesn't listen. Good Lord. If he has like gas, and Lord, if he's got bad breath and burping all the time, they show it. And they show he's a pain in the ass for a dog. But they show, look it up. They had the dog. And I was like, yeah, when there should be a dog, when there should be an animal psychic, yes, I think there should be an animal in there. So with Superman, with his dog, Krypto, yeah. And I was like watching it going, yeah, I spent some time watching Superman. I was flipping amazed. Let's see now. Connie Francis. Oh, I don't remember who she was. 82. Oh, name some stuff Connie has done. What has Connie done? I knew Gene Hackman. He's played other things, but he's more notably for playing the rich, entrepreneur who's supposed to be smart. This on this Superman plays that character that Gene exactly because Gene always comes off as a stupid rich person. That's not how it was meant. He was very smart, and I was like, ugh. All right, yeah. Okay, famous singer. All right. Well, 82, you know, she's seen a lot. And Francis, you know, think about how much has changed just in, 25 years. 25 years, we went from 2000 to now. What do you think about the phones? The phones have changed so much. Whereas the beginning, they were just starting to play videos, take pictures in 2000 to now, to 2025. It's like, oh, let's see how much videos it can hold, what it can do. Let's see how it can get internet. And let's make sure it's able to send out emails. Can it get a video call? Can it do this, this? And a lot of these phones, it's amazing. Yeah. Oh, Pretty Little Baby in 1962. Oh. Well, Connie Francis, you beautiful woman, you are going to have people are going to miss you. They're going to be saying, "That's sure, yes, sir, that's my baby. No, sure, tell me maybe, that's my baby now." Yeah. Um, we know she was good looking. We know she was sexy. So let's all have a moment of silence for Connie Francis. All right. There we go. All right. Well, you know, somebody mentioned her. She had to be good. So, yeah. Well, at least I got you, Lee. And somebody here, somebody put a thumbs up, subscribe. Oh, yeah. Oh, I tell you. Yeah. Let's see what we can talk about here. 25 years. Yeah, let's see. No, Wandy Anderson dead at 779. Whoa. I'm joking. I know it's 79, but I'm having fun with you. Okay, Lee? All right. She was one of my favorite peoples. She was on WKRP in Cincinnati, and that's what made her famous between her being in the Cannonball Run movies. Lonnie Anderson. And those are fun back in those days. It's a cannonball. Oh, yeah. You know, miss those. A lot of the movies that they had out then, not only would it be almost impossible to make because you would have to stop traffic, and some of the traffic was in California, which now would be clear to impossible. You would have to do it in the summertime when there was like less, kids out and all that, where you don't have to wear buses and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if they were talking about a second Cannonball in the 90s and it just petered out. It's a good comedy show. Like to laugh. So, freedom of speech. So, and another person, it's like, no way. No. Really? Oprah? Oprah is no longer with us. We can go ahead and get a Ouija board and have fun, right? Let me go look this one up. This is exciting now. Let me. Oh boy. Oprah Winfrey. No, it says no. Oprah Winfrey has not passed away. She is alive and well, continuing to serve as a chairwoman and CEO of Harpo Production and the Oprah Winfrey Network, WOWN. There. Okay. All right. Funny, funny. Funny, funny, funny. Yeah, I tried something that makes you pee a lot. If you're interested, I got this. Oh, it's the light on here, the way the lighting hits. Let me get that. I got it. It's called Milk Thistle. Makes you pee a lot. It has this thing where it shows that it says after 3 days. No, you just continue weeing a lot. It's like wee. Yep. Wee. Judge Clooney's a good-looking guy. I, I, how can I say? I haven't seen him in much stuff lately. But he's, they made a big deal out of him in the 90s or so. They called him when he was in a doctor's role. And they had stated that, he was real handsome. And I'm like, yeah, rugged, handsome. Yeah, there's different handsome. You got the college boy handsome. You got the rugged handsome. I got the whiskers handsome. Wow. Well, he always loved his housekeeper, and she did things with him. I think after so many years, that was his family. So yeah, cool. That's not the first time I've heard about stuff like that. And it makes you feel like, well, at least they were appreciated. I'm going to be honest with that. I'm sure there's no one contesting that well. You know, yeah. Well, good for her. It wasn't me. So yeah, I had Milk Thistle. Made me way a lot. Now, second person, don't forget to put the thumbs up, subscribe. I'll do a little bit of my show here. I'm not doing TikTok right now. I have some. Every time I go on there, and this is the only complaint, I get guys like sending specialty pictures. We're going to call them specialty pictures. I can't open them at work. I got to go in the bathroom and look at these specialty pictures and to tell guys, look, I'm not interested in that. No, I'm interested in a relationship, and that's what, I've been my boyfriend, well, my guy friend calls me at 12, and I'm like, dude, to get to Vegas would take me an hour at 12 o'clock in the morning. Trust me, it would only take an hour. But then when I get there, it'll be 1. Then I got to leave at 4. It's like, well, shoot, I don't even really get to see you, and then I got to go to work. Oh, geez. So I don't. Of course, he was gay. Oh God, he was so gay. He had the gay card and everything. Oh, he was a beautiful gay man. I thought he already came out of the closet. He was gay as gay, like, yeah. And to expect him to get married, yeah, no. He was gay for a long time, yeah. Yeah. You could tell how he was. Shoot. He just walked around. He was like a little lady. Yeah, he was gay. He's a beautiful person from what I seen. Yeah, I remember doing, some of the stuff, and the exercises and everything. Then I went to 20-minute workout. Yeah, real a couple weeks. My grandma bought me the Richard Simmons thing and I ended up giving it to a friend of mine. I'm like, I outgrew it like a long time ago. I'm doing 20-minute workout. Oh yeah, check that one out, an 80s thing. If you could do the 20-minute workout, you could do anything. Oh, let me look him up. I'm trying to find it's real. My desk is almost it's like a dark brown. It came with the house. So it literally when there's no light in here, when it's not sunny out, it's hard to find the desk. It's like kidding. Tony Tony Brits. Mhm.
Hi. Had a good weekend? Okay, we're gonna start first of all by just giving a little skip. It's that position, right? And your legs are very straight. And you roll your shoulder. And then you
Oh, I was.
two. That's it. That's it. That's it. With your arms now. That's it.
Oh, he's hilarious. Oh, I love it. Oh, I'm going to show everyone at work. Oh, I hear my son.
Here we go.
Hey, Dev. I'm over here. I'm hiding. My kids always find me. And my son. I can hear his phone. Oh, I'm sure they're really great. We should do some of those stuff, repeat on my show. What do you think? I could do the whole thing how he does it. What do you think? Oh, I will. I really like that. Oh, I can see why. He's really good. He's got a lot of energy in his videos. Well, what happened to Tony Britt? Because it says people love his videos. Does he still make good videos, or he's not making no more? Because I didn't see any more new videos. They all look kind of older. Oh, okay. Well, we'll keep it. We'll keep his energy and his idea because fitness is very important. And I tell people this. It's good to keep your gut in good shape too. Oh, it's a shame when they don't admit it. Especially you see a lot of the 1980s, the people who got married. A lot of the guys I knew would get married. They told me they got married because you didn't get married, you were ostracized. So you married somebody, had kids, and he said a lot of times, gay. You can tell. Oh yeah, you can tell. That's he. What was it they call flaming? Yes, he was a flamer. But God, he had good. He was flamboyant. That's just how he was. But yeah, he was gay. He never married. He loved his mom. I mean, there's a lot of guys who are not gay who love their mom. It doesn't mean nothing. He just, that was his best friend all through life, pretty much. So that's neat. And yeah, he lived in Vegas a while back. His house was bought and by, I think it was a gay guy or something. I'm not sure, but somebody bought it and redid his house, and it really looks good. And I'm really happy they did. That's a part of Vegas history. They should keep something like Liberace's house, where someone would take care of it, maybe Christmas time, have it where people walk in and see it. That'd be neat. I could see something like that. A lot of people said that, you know. So I don't know. I really don't, but the music industry would not surprise me. It was not, music industry is just not a positive outlet. You hear a lot of bad. So yeah. He did say, but I'm unsure without pictures or proof or somebody going on the compound where Michael Jackson's property is at. They had stated that they found the extra room, the one that they said was Michael Jackson's secret room where he would take boys to do bad things with. Yeah, that's weird. She's dead. And I'm like, and mind you, Elvis Presley's grandson is dead too. I mean, how can you just if that isn't a crapshoot and a half to not just have your only well, what we know, his only kin along with his grandson gone. God dang, that would be really neat. It would be neat. Okay, it's been a while. I'm just thinking Graceland, wouldn't it be cool to have like a party there, at Graceland? Like a party for Elvis and his daughter and his grandson. See what kind of stuff happens because he was a partier and he loved his family. Oh my God. My mom, grandma had a secret thing for Elvis, and my friend, one of my besties in grade school, her mama knew everything about Elvis. So I had to listen in on for hours on Elvis peanut butter nanner sandwich, which I still to this day cannot think of trying. Yeah, amongst many things, taking pills too. They said he was compacted. Sounds bad, but yeah, it's a shame because he really did have a charismatic. Oh my gosh, I gotta my aunt had the Beatles had their own towel out. And it looked like Beatles. People drew them as Beatles. And I used to go swimming with that towel, the Beatles towel. I think a lot of the songs that they sing, and you can look it up on YouTube or wherever you want to, a lot of the songs were written by the government. And so it would like talk about certain things that they wanted to push as an agenda. Yoko Ono. You know what they call now when a band breaks up because of a woman? The Yoko Ono. And hmm, she did come out with a song about money. I don't know what to think. I'm kind of neutral because I didn't meet her and she didn't like give me the finger or do whatever. I don't know because I wasn't there. Yeah. On the surface, they seem really nice, I would say, but you know, it's sad how she went. Yeah, it's sad. Everything just fell apart, you know, and then he ended up starting over. I think Paul was dating a model for a bit. It didn't last. I don't know why. Yeah. And she was a vegan, like even worse, you know. I was a vegetarian. It's really hard. But yeah, there's certain things as a vegetarian I can't go back as a meat eater, which is I was just telling my son that I hate real sausage. I cannot stand real sausage. It just it makes me sick to my stomach. I don't know why. It's weird. I think they had that song, uh, something about California or something. I don't remember a lot of their stuff, but yeah. They always used to advertise this one from K-Tel. Yeah, that's right. You could try K-Tel right now, right quick, if you can name that song. Yeah, I have no idea, but man, I used to see them when we used to go to Fed Colton. Now, I grew up in two places out west over my birth mother got to see me in California because that was the rule. My dad said when I got older, I got to visit her. I was 18, but I would go visit California every summer and I'd see my grandparents. They lived right across the street from, they lived at 575 Grand Avenue. You can Google it. My grandfather built that house right across the street from Colton. It was Colton football field, their high school, and it's haunted as fuck. And I used to think, nah, you want to hear a haunted story? You want to hear one? Yeah, I always thought my dad was bullshitting that there was, and my uncle said, yeah, there was, they used to play where they hung people. My dad and uncle played where there was a noose and they were like, play with it. My grandma was like, you get away. There's dead things here. You don't stay near there. So when I became older and I'm like walking with my Walkman, and you know, we all know it had nine, you know, BT. So, okay. Tommy VU late night. I don't know who that is. I have no idea. You could try cow's tongue yourself, but ugh. BTK killer. I I know that I didn't really care about that. It was that clown guy that really creeped me out. Ugh. Oh God. Oh, I'm getting just thinking about the clown guy. I went to a museum, you know, over in Vegas. I went over to they got all the serial killer shit and it really is. You want to be scared? Oh fuck. You go there. Just do the walk-in tour. Oh yeah. You know, it is motherfucking it's creepy. You get your money's worth. That's what I'm talking. Money's worth. Oh yeah. I like that. Just can't find my little light now. I'm like, my cat's probably played with it. It's underneath my bed. Yep. Yeah, but the BTK killer, they had that there too. I didn't they find him? They said that they think they found him. Oh yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer. You know what he was saying? This is in the documentary. And I watched the Jeffrey Dahmer documentary with my daughter because she said she couldn't watch it alone. And I'm like, come on, honey. My daughter watches horror movies and begged me to watch the Jeffrey. Okay, I'm going to go. And I'm sitting with my daughter and we're watching the Jeffrey Dahmer movie. Um, and it wasn't really a movie, it was a documentary talking about people who met him. And his mother said, he came in and he goes, I tried a new recipe and he's lost all this weight under this new food he's eating. Wow. I wonder if he could tell that Jeffrey was killing other people and, you know, usually they dispose of them. Now we're just going to put them in a freezer and have them for later. That'd be something to get is really, they have it all the time. I watch a lot of documentaries, and I think the ones where it says living with a killer or whatever, or was it living with a serial killer? That's scary too. Yeah. Well, I would think that, okay, think about it this way. When a rat dies and its body's pretty decent, it's only like a foot or two along with the tail if you want to add. So if you're thinking about adding about 5 more feet or less, that's got to smell if you're not putting a deep grave. I mean, that I call him the clown guy who killed all these young guys and stuff. They were shallow graves, so it was underneath the dirt of the house. So when people came in, yeah, well, it wouldn't cover the smell because the smell's outside underneath the dirt that's not really covering it. That's the reason why they couldn't, it wasn't an air conditioned area. Yeah. Yeah, John Wayne Gacy. He was a closet gay. He didn't want I guess it was, he just didn't want to come out. I almost think that's why he kept his, I guess you can say that instead of coming out and saying, look, I'm gay, he just kept it all inside and I guess it sounds morbid. He killed them instead of coming out and it sounds morbid, but he came out instead of coming out and going, "Hey, I'm gay." John Gacy held it inside and just unalived a bunch of people. Oh yeah, he was so closet gay. Oh yes. Now I loved Richard Simmons. He helped a lot of women who probably would have died eons ago. I mean, I hope he has all the good things, the karma that he did do, including with me. I hated myself. I thought he was fucking funny. Between him and all the other people, I probably would have never made it through my divorce. It wasn't just weed, it was having that sense of humor going, one day I'm going to sit around and laugh about it. Even though now I'm not laughing. Yeah. Uh, really? That's a song by Nugent, Kiss My Ass. Ted Nugent sings Kiss My Ass. It's one of his biggest songs. My son used to play that song when he got mad at me. I didn't allow swearing, but I couldn't say anything about him playing that song because it was something that was allowed by his father and I couldn't say nothing about it. So, yeah, by Ted Nugent. Yeah. Oh. Oh, Simmons did videos with everybody. His wife used to joke about him being very popular in the what was it? He said her joke was about Bill Clinton and him being popular in trailer parks. And that was something that she used to joke about all the time, you know? And I used to sit there and think, wouldn't it be funny to have a joke to Gene Simmons, you know, have him see a fake person that's really big running after him and seeing what he would really do. Oh, I haven't seen him since, you know, he did a reality show and he was, God damn, that had to have been 15 years ago. So yeah, I didn't know he was overweight. And when you get older, it's even harder, not just to lose weight, but it's harder to move around. Oh, it's Gene. Oh, Simmons. Yeah, that's why they say he fell. It probably was, you know, off kilter. He had a kind of big middle. You know, I guess you get a big middle. But god dang, he was almost 80. Yeah, he was really huge. It would be like somebody. Okay, he may have been gay, but I'll be honest with you. At least he was out. He wasn't doing bad things with other people's kids, okay? And he had a lot of people wake up about healthy eating, healthy self-image, just a healthy self-image. I mean, Simmons was no great shakes and looks, but attitude, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I had friends who had better attitudes than me and better looking boyfriends than me because I used to have such a shit attitude most of the time, thinking I was Jesus Christ. And it just sucked for me because my friends would all be having fun and I'd be like, you know, wondering why everyone was having it's just attitude. That's the whole point. Is I had to learn a lot of the $1,000. Oh, they're going to hear about it for some time because that is almost 3 grand. I could have had my cat fixed. Seriously. He was they showed pictures. He actually walked by his parents over. They went to pick him up and he's like, they walk right past him and he's like, guys, over here. So yeah, they must have thought, wow. So it's nice when you see people who really, you know, work and do that, but you can gain it back. You gotta keep up. You know, Jack LaLanne was the longest person I knew he could keep up looking good for as long as, you know, that's what I, I remember Jack LaLanne workout places. My mom worked at one. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess who went on the dating game? Oh, yeah. My one uncle was actually a captain to big boats and stuff. And he goes, so, you know, do you know how to? No, I don't know. I'm just an actor. I'm playing a captain. And he got in a big thing. Yeah, I love the Love Boat. Go on there, fall in love, you know. But we all know the reality of that. It's a lot of work. It really is. The dating game show, yeah, had the dating game show had a serial killer on there. Imagine going on a dating show, you got these guys on, you know, however they had them on the right or left, and you're like thinking, God, I'm going to meet my date. Ooh, maybe he's going to be on America's Most Wanted. Yeah. And that's the only thing that the dating game show probably felt like crap. It couldn't be anyone else, you know. And the Love Boat. How about Fantasy Island with, you know, yeah. I mean, I grew up, you know, you were staying up late. I knew when I was 12, I was like, oh, this is great shit. I get to stay up and I get to watch The Love Boat and Fantasy Island after The Love Boat. The plane, the plane. Yeah. once in a while, I to watch the Miss America pageant. My mom enjoyed that. She used to have me go for pageants and stuff like that. But when I got older, it wasn't, eh, I guess if you go on it, that was more towards the 80s. I watched them here and there. My dad owned a car that was like the Dukes of Hazzard. So I like the Dukes of Hazzard. I like the two actors that were acting on it. And a lot of people loved Daisy Duke. So my dad watched Daisy Duke. I liked the two male actors, and they had a funny storyline that was, of course, fake as hell, but funny. Unfortunately, they ruined a shitload of nice cars, a real shitload of them. Yeah, my dad had one. So, um, I watched a couple of them when they would have it. You know, I never really looked to watch it, but yeah. I'd rather watch I Dream of Jeannie. I like that. It was like kind of, fun. Then they got Bewitched. That was another one. That was one of my I always got to watch. I love Endora, man. I love how she made fun of the other because that's what my family used to nickname my ex. They used to like call him like, he was really normal, not magical. No way. God, they're all gone. Well, that's what it is. They're getting older. You know, I had on my 10-year high school reunion back a long time ago. Um, a lot of people I graduated that I was close with. Um, didn't make it, and I was like, wow, this fucking sucks. Yeah, it sucks when the older actresses and actors go. Then you hear later on, of course, when they're dead, you hear all kinds of stuff. They didn't wash their arm. They smelled like, they didn't clean, whatever. My 10-year, yeah, I did. I went for my 10-year, and I do not look the same. I look better than my 10-year reunion. Oh, I was miserable. I really was. This is the first time in a long time I've been happy. Yeah, I'm not in a, perfect financial shape, but I'm happy. I'm not going to stay in this. It's going to get better. Yeah. So, yeah. No, I don't. How can I say this? I don't think he's living anymore. No, it does not. Oh, I see my dad miserable as fuck. Trust me. I know it doesn't. Oh, it's great. It pays the bills and stuff like that, but it doesn't buy you clout. It doesn't make you not a. I'm gonna be honest. I think that learning to be humble is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, and to say that I am wrong and to step back. With my kids, it was hardest to step back because I really, I had to step back with my daughter. She's really pissed at the fact I wanted a divorce, and it's not something new. I got blamed for. He's a sociopath, so he's going to blame somebody, and I'm on the end of the blame game for him drinking. And I'm like, this has been going for years. The argument was You don't quit. Well, my teeth hurt. I go, you got medical for all your teeth. Take care. I can't. You can lead a horse to water. You cannot make them drink. Yeah. Yeah, OnlyFans. Also, who else? The Pedro. It's a Pedro filing mayhem, and it's a cowgirl. That's all it is. People are using that as, oh, I'm I'm I do like a swimsuit model. I'm a model. I'm an OnlyFans model. No, you're not. You're a whore, baby. You're a hooker. Tell it like it is. I knew what it was a long time ago, and I pissed off somebody. Used my mouth and thought I was all that in a bag of chips. Oh, I've gotten quite humble. When you have to pay bills, you get humble. And I got really humble real quick. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to go through the story, but OnlyFans is not something you play with. And it really is something sex for sale. And yeah. Oh, not only that, but they are having sex. That's how they make their big money. Let's just be honest. No one's going to pay $1,500 for a crotch shot. Come on. I'm blonde. I'm not stupid. I worked that site for a year, made nothing because I pissed off the wrong people. I'm not going to get who I pissed off. I backed out on the party and I pissed off the wrong person. That's what. So I'm not getting into that. Yeah. No. It's so if someone's telling, if someone is telling you that OnlyFans, they are only models, is a bullshit story. They are having sex for money. Nobody buys something for $1,500 and guaranteed. A lot of these women that complain about, I'm being stalked. You know why they're being stalked? Because they're OnlyFans. They bring the guys to the house, to their house, where a lot of times their children are sleeping. I don't know how the case is, but I'm guessing they bring the young go over there, and a woman had complained about a guy. I'm a model. I don't know why. Well, if you quit having sex with your Johns in your house, maybe they'll quit stalking you when they can't afford to, play patty cake with you. Just putting it out there. It just is what it is. It really is. That's why a lot of these girls will go, I'm being stalked because you brought the guys here. Here's my address. By the way, be real quiet. I got my mom's sleeping in this room. My two kids are sleeping in this room. So you got to be careful. We'll be real over in the back room. We can do all the noise, but to walk in, please be quiet. Yes, I've heard it before. They have chats for the girls, and it costs the girls themselves. They have to pay beyond that site. It was $49.99. I don't know what it is now, but that's what it was back in the day, and I would not go back. I had a very, very bad experience, and I'm not getting into it. It really is more than those. There's more to it. They give them the address. If you don't go to these places to hook up with these guys, they take back the money, and the chargeback is like, I think it was like a couple, It was really weird. They would charge you for giving back the money or them having a chargeback on you. That's how I found go, why am I getting these chargebacks? Oh, I'm not seeing the actual person. They wanted you to go and see them. I'm like, oh, really? I thought we were just, everyone's talking about we're models. We only make videos. And it's a whole different apparatus when you have chargebacks that is like making you go broke. And you're going, is this how I'm making money? Because that's the only way that, yeah. Oh, it's still 49.99. Wow, they haven't gone up. But I'm going to be honest, there's going to be a whole lot more on the internet looking for money because lots is not cutting it as in making money. And I'm not looking at it bad. What I'm saying is there should be some people thinking about their safety, making sure that they bring somebody with them if they do go to someone's house, to have someone not just know where they're going, because someone could say, no, they're not here, and they're in a closet locked up or something. If you have someone who taking video, seeing her going into the house, and you saying you're looking at it, and you know what I mean, where you have someone where they are in a safe situation. A lot of times there's not a safe situation going on. So yeah, what, good for them. I worked at Sherry's Ranch as a bartender. No, no, just a bartender. Just a bartender. That's it. That's what my license for, just bartending. And I've seen millionaires there. I have, and good for them. You want to make a million and you are honest with your significant other and you're going, hey, this is what I do. And your significant other is happy with that. Okay. But if you're going into a relationship not telling your significant other the truth, I'm playing patty cake for money, and your significant other's thinking that you're just selling risque pictures and stuff, you're not doing the right thing. It just is what it is. I'm just putting it out there because that's how I feel. If I'm not making fun, you can make money off the internet by doing risque pictures. Good for you. If you can do it without having to have sex, hey, you're doing something most people couldn't. But if you're doing it by having sex, hey, if you're saving your house, your kids are in a good school, and you're not acting like, I guess you'd say, a flamboyant Karen with a scan thing. Yeah, I mean, with the scan things where little kids can scan their own their own cell phones. If you keep it on a low key, good for you, and you make the money. I'm not jealous. I'm just stating a fact. People acting like they're models, and let's just be honest, it's not a modeling job. We all know what it really obtains and goes for. And I'm not being like whatever. No, I wouldn't want my husband having sex with an OnlyFans girl unless he wants me to have sex with another man. And isn't that why, people get married in the first place, is, just to have each other? No, I wouldn't want to have, no. No, I don't want an open relationship. I've seen them before and it rarely works. I've seen one relationship work with that, and I worked with them and they're really good people to each other, but it is what it is. I couldn't do it. I'm too jealous. I really am. Yep, yep, yep. And no gangbangs, no nothing, just one on one. Yeah. So that's how I feel about that. No open relationships. Not into that. And I have seen Trump is number one in the open relationships, and I have not seen one yet that worked out great, you know. Uh, oh no, no. My ex was a pimp. He used to put me to work, not just for sex and stuff, just to, work. Because a lot of times I'd work, he couldn't. Well, excuse me. This is before he went in the Navy. He would say, his back's hurting, his sciatic nerve, this, that. Yeah. Well, I'm sure there's a lot of guys like that. And I've heard where women would do that for their husband, hey, I know some gals, that really would pay a lot of money for you, and here's, so and so, she paid X amount of dollars. Hey, if both partners can handle it, because a lot of people don't realize that, these women will spend time with these guys and they will end up falling in love with them in some cases. They call it the pretty woman syndrome, is what I call it. And I've seen some of these girls. This one girl, when I was a bartender, she would talk about a certain customer and they would say, hey, you need to sit back. That's a customer. You're getting ahead of things. He's got another life besides here. One thing, when you're doing it on your own, you might not be able to differentiate from lust and love. So, yeah. And I'm sure there's a lot of people who different things. So, yeah. I do feel that way. You got to be somewhat open to understand. There's some women who have no sex drive. There's some men who don't have no sex drive. I have, you know, yeah, some of them have, and they were told, well, you can't contact them, you can't this, and they were, kind of upset, they, had feelings and had to step back, they left early. Sometimes you'd hear that they were having a hard time, they stepped back, and one girl, got away from the industry all itself. I never seen her again. I don't know what happened. She was really caught up in with this guy, and we never heard from her. She never rebooked or anything, so I don't know. Like I said, some of them do. You see a lot of people who would, it's just like any job, they would get pulled back. Hey, you can't do that. You know, and that's when she left the industry. I got to stand up because I've been sitting there for an hour and a half. It's a plastic and it is like hot. It's sin to sit on. My back and my legs are all hot and sweaty, so. Did she sleep with you? Oh, yeah, I'm not judging, okay? We had a teacher like that. And it was a male teacher, really good. How some people just look like that distinguished, look. And he had that thing going on with the two white areas. And he just had the way he talked and he had the good bullshit going on. Except with me, I was like, oh, he's such a cat, is what I used to say to my friends. Oh, he's so wonderful. I go, no, he's not. He's crappy with money and he's crappy with his lines. There's the same 10 lines that he uses with all the women. Yeah, but he got, I think, 5 underage women, underage girls pregnant, and he got in trouble. He lost his job. Yep, yep, yep. Because my daddy told me. I'm like, oh yeah. My daddy warned him. He said, you better watch it. You're going to get these girls pregnant, and then you're going to be stuck paying them. And he did. They got part. All those 5 kids got part of his money that he, when you retire. I go, God. So this was when you were going in school. You had a hot, you know, high school French teacher. You know what? My French teacher was home. The Spanish, everybody wanted to go. They had that class piled with all the hot guys. Seriously, all my you couldn't get into the Spanish class to save your soul. And I didn't want to go in it because the teacher kind of scared me. But all the guys thought she was like this, hot woman, and she used to do. She was into weightlifting. Whoa. Ah, man. Oh well. Keeps me from straying away when they're all gay. See, it even rhymes, from straying away when they're all gay. Yeah, I wanted to go to, what was it they have in Vegas? Oh, Thunder Down Under. Oh, I want to go to Thunder Down Under. And I've never got to go. But everyone told me all the guys there are gay. I was like, oh, see, it will keep me from straying away. Yeah, yeah. So it's a lot of different stuff, and yeah, I believe it. Things will get better though. I know, for both of us. So I got to get going to get some sleep, and I got to still take a shower. So everybody, be good. You take care. All right, Australian hunks. I don't know. Bye. You take care. All right. You be good. I'll be on tomorrow. Okay. Take care. Yeah. If I can end the darn thing. I don't have my mouse. I lost my mouse. Yeah. Okay. There we go. And